In this tutorial, we're going to discuss transaction line types in Precise Point of Sale. We've already seen in previous videos how quick and easy it is for Precise Point of Sale to process a sale, whether you're selling to cash customers or your account customers. And if you haven't seen those videos, links are provided in the description below. However, in the real world, sales aren't the only kind of transaction that we come across. And because of this, Precise Point of Sale also supports additional transaction line types. These transaction line types are interchangeable, and you can use any combination of them all within the same transaction if you so choose. So let's have a look now at the 4 different transaction line types that we support in Precise Point of Sale. Now, the first of these lines we're already familiar with, and that's a sales line. Sales lines appear black. They're in a black font, and this is the line type we use to sell items from our inventory. It's arguably the most common line type that we use, and it's the one that most people are familiar with. When we describe a sales line in Point of Sale, what's actually occurring here is that the item is both being ordered and shipped simultaneously. But this isn't always going to be the case either. For example, what if an item is being purchased now but being shipped later? And this is the concept of order lines, our second transaction line type. Order lines are blue in appearance and allow you to ship either some or none of the items being purchased during the transaction. A minimum deposit can be enforced on order lines depending on the type of customer. And if an item being purchased is not in stock, POS will automatically revert that particular line to an order line. Our third line type is a return. Now, return lines are shown in red, and as the name suggests, this line type is typically reserved for situations where items are being returned, perhaps by a customer, maybe because they're faulty, for example. Processing a return line requires a reason code and brings the item back into your inventory. As another example, what if the customer wishes to return an item but exchange it for something else? As I mentioned earlier, Precise Point of Sale can accommodate any combination of these transaction line types all within the same transaction. So the process of returning the item and then selling them something else does not need to be 2 separate transactions. It's simply processed as a return line and then a sales line, with the price difference either being charged or refunded back to the customer. The last line type is an RMA. These lines are orange in appearance and they work in much the same way that a return line does, but an RMA line type does not receive or dispose of the return, so inventory quantity is not affected. So note once again that we can change through any of these line types by highlighting the line and then selecting either the lines menu and go to line type, or we can highlight the line and hit F9. And when we do that, we simply change to the line type that we wish and then select OK. So 4 different line types there. All of them have their own use and their own function. And once again, very, very easy to incorporate into your process when dealing with Precise Point of Sale.